Kate Middleton's hair transformation isn't just a passing beauty moment. It's become a talking point that intersects her personal journey, public role, and the shade itself tells a story. The question on everyone's lips, why is the Princess of Wales looking blonder than ever before? And what's really behind that golden glow in her locks? Let's dive in. When Kate first married Prince William in 2011, she sealed her style identity with those rich brunette waves, deep, glossy, chestnut brown that became as much a signature as her fashion choices and poised smile. For years, that look was the constant, polished, elegant, classic brunette, the safe aesthetic for a future queen in waiting, one who must balance royal duties, public appearances, and a sense of timelessness. But now, in 2025, something has shifted. This summer and early autumn, she stepped out in appearances with visibly lighter hair, honey tones, golden dimensions, a bronde look rather than pure brunette. The world noticed. Editors, stylists, trend watchers, fans all paused to examine. Did she dye it? Is this new strategy a fresh chapter for the style icon royal? The answer came on November 19, 2025, backstage at the Royal Variety performance in London. In a private conversation with actress Sue Pollard, Kate was complimented on her lighter hair. "I like your hair. It looks a lot lighter," Pollard said. Kate replied, in her measured, graceful way, "It used to be brown, but it's gone light in the sunshine." That line crystallized it. The royal publicly acknowledging that the change is real and that sunlight has had a hand. No dramatic bleach job, no formal announcement of a full color overhaul, just a subtle shift, and sunshine taking part of the credit. That comment did two things. One, it answered the speculation. Two, it reframed the narrative from "what has she done" to "what has happened." Because sunshine isn't just a weather condition, it suggests holiday, freedom, relaxation, departure from routine. For Kate, who earlier in 2024 revealed that she had undergone preventative chemotherapy and declared herself in remission, the summer break and the lighter hair tone carry subtext. Her health journey, she stated in September 2024, "With humility, it also brings you face to face with your own vulnerabilities in a way you have never considered before." She finished chemotherapy and said she was cancer-free in January 2025. So the transformation of hair, the lightness, the return to public life all resonate as a sign of renewal. Now, zooming out, the first major public appearance that sparked the hair color buzz came in September 2025, when Kate visited the newly renovated gardens of the Natural History Museum in London. She stepped out, smiling, confident, with hair that looked longer and lighter than ever. Editors described it as her blondest ever to date. But just 2 days later, at a women's rugby match, her hair looked darker again. Some commentators put this down to lighting, styling, half-up hair makes highlights less visible, and camera conditions. A color expert weighed in. While the sunshine certainly helps lighten hair, styled waves and highlights contribute to the effect of depth and shimmer. It's not simply the sun doing it alone. A leading color specialist described her new look as a honey blonde hue that instantly brightens her complexion while adding dimension to her naturally darker base. That phrasing is important. It signals that this isn't a dramatic platinum shift, but a sophisticated layering of lighter hues on a brunette base. The term bronde gets used, brown plus blonde, a middle ground that allows continuity with her old style and entry into something fresh. In the world of beauty, the more dramatic shift would be bleaching to full blonde. Here, Kate's version is restrained, elegant, still recognizably hers. Public reaction? As always with royals, it's layered. Many followers greeted the lighter locks with approval. She looks luminous. Her eyes are brighter. She's glowing after everything she's been through. Some professionals pointed out that warmer, golden tones make her green eyes pop and soften her cool undertones. But then there's the flip side. Hair is intensely personal, especially for women in the public eye. One veteran of royal hairstyling called out online trolls who mocked the change, calling their comments evil and nasty in this context, emphasizing that hair is armor and confidence, especially after a health battle. The scrutiny for Kate is amplified. Every appearance, every angle, every strand becomes headline fodder, and in that arena, subtlety is strength. Let's trace the timeline with key moments. In late August 2025, during a Sunday service at Crathy Kirk near Balmoral, where the royal family traditionally spends time, Kate appeared alongside William and the children with noticeably honeyed blonde tones. That sighting set the tone for the months to come. It was brief, but widely shared in media outlets. Then, in early September, the museum visit, the most blonde we've seen her, according to One Style magazine. Then, later, despite a few darker appearances, the shift was clearly underway. On November 19th at the Royal Variety performance, the golden waves were back and Kate confirmed the reason. In doing so, the couple also marked their first red carpet appearance in 2 years, an event in itself that signaled a return to visibility and normalcy in their public engagements. So, what does this hair shift mean? On one level, simply that Kate wanted a fresh look. On another, for someone who has regained health and is re-engaging with royal responsibilities after a difficult personal chapter, the aesthetic change is symbolic. The lighter hair suggests warmth, renewal, sun-drenched freedom. It aligns with a broader sentiment of the Princess of Wales returning, not just as royal figurehead, but as an individual evolving. It whispers, "I have been through something, I'm coming back, and I'm stepping into a slightly different version of myself." In this sense, it becomes less about color and more about narrative. And of course, from a style industry perspective, her change may carry broader influence. Hairstylists and salon owners note that when someone of Kate's visibility shifts look, clients follow. One salon owner said, "Kate's gone for a strong look that is really noticeably different to how we are used to seeing her. She looks as though she's had a full set of highlights." That suggests the change is not temporary. It has been orchestrated, even if the sun plays a role. The comment that this is the blondest we've seen her underlines that it is not merely a trick of lighting, but a deliberate move. But let's dig deeper. What does sunshine as explanation really imply? Sunshine invokes holiday, yacht trips, relaxed schedule, family time. We know the royal couple and their children, Prince George, 12, Princess Charlotte, 10, Prince Louis, 7, spent parts of the summer in the Greek islands on a super yacht, enjoying downtime. When top figures take that breath of fresh air, it leaks into style. Lighter hair, deeper tan, relaxed silhouettes. For someone in Kate's position, that shift in external style reflects internal shift. It's subtle, but visible. Bring in the health scaffolding, recent cancer treatment, recovery, stable remission, and the appearance of lighter hair becomes a sign of life moving forward. In many ways, the hair change also marks a loosening of royal strictness. For decades, visiting royals adhered to conservative aesthetics. Darker hair is considered more formal, serious, regal, but a golden hue says personal more than institutional. The fact that Kate, who only turned 43 in January, opted for a lighter shade now says she feels comfortable evolving, and the institution supports that. It speaks of a 6-plus-year marriage with the heir apparent, a mother of 3, someone who has experienced public and private challenges, now stepping into a new phase. Nevertheless, it would be overly simplistic to declare Kate is going blonde forever. Color experts note that while she's embraced lighter tones, her base remains brunette. The layering is key. Highlights, gloss toners, dimensional warm tones. That means longevity and versatility. She can maintain the look, fade back to darker tones, or go even lighter over time. And given how important hair is to her image, that flexibility makes sense. There's also the question of health, which cannot be ignored. In September 2024, Kate shared that she had finished preventative chemotherapy and was focusing on staying cancer-free. Many fans interpreted the hair transformation as symbolic proof of healing and vitality. The old notice, "She looks well," accompanied that August appearance. Critics who looked at earlier August photos pointed to the fresh tone as a sign she looks well and ready to be seen. The golden honey blonde hair became shorthand for health return, strength regained. In a world where celebrity hair changes are about fashion, on Kate it becomes more about narrative. Public reaction has ranged from praise to petty critique. Supporters highlight that she carries the lighter color with elegance, that it enhances her natural beauty, and that she's basically leading a hair trend. On the flip side, cynics suggest it's too calculated, too glamorous, or that she's betraying her usual look. Older alt-royal commentators remind us that hair should be allowed to change and evolve. And as one stylist put it, hair is armor. For Kate, after the cancer journey, the hair has become part of her armor again. In terms of messaging, the style shift also amplifies Kate's current priorities: family, health, public duty, subtle change, not drastic reinvention. She is not suddenly adopting edgy cuts or radical color blocks. Instead, she is gently evolving. That speaks volumes. It tells us the future queen knows how to maintain continuity while signaling growth. She is not resetting everything, she is adding hue to her narrative.
Salon professionals say that such a transition from brunette to honey blonde is among the easiest major color changes to maintain while giving impact. If someone asked how to replicate her look, they'd say ask for honey blonde, golden beige, warm dimension on a dark base, baby lights, gloss toner. The experts suggest that the new tones suits her cool undertones and green eyes, giving brightness without going platinum. Kate's hair aesthetics align with current trends: warmer hair tones, natural dimension, subtle transitions rather than stark change. That matters because trend-setting royals aren't about flash, they're about timeless relevance. Kate's new hair therefore threads the needle between trend and tradition. Let's pause and reflect. What does this hair change communicate to the world? It communicates, I have lived through challenge. I have emerged. I have spent time in sun and in rest. I remain present in my role, but I feel the freedom to evolve. It communicates style confidence and self-possession. For young women globally who follow her style, it says you can shift your look, even subtly, and still be recognizable, still be yourself. For the media, it says there's story beyond the palace walls. For the royal institution, it signals modernization of appearance without breaking protocol. Yet, as with all royal appearances, there's a tightrope walk. The hair cannot overshadow the role. It must not distract from the duties. Critics will watch. Is it too momentary? Will it fade in 6 months? Does it reflect deeper changes or just aesthetics? But for now, it is working. For now, Kate looks radiant, health-vibrant, and visually refreshed. The golden tones catch cameras, redirect commentary from earlier health focus, and place her style back in the spotlight, not just as the royal who lost her hair during treatment, but as the royal whose hair is shining again. And if you go back through the galleries, the August Balmoral church service, the September Museum Gardens visit, the November red carpet appearance, they form a chain. Each appearance builds on the last. The initial sighting at Balmoral was subtle but noticeable. The September museum visit shouted visual change. The November confirmation put a narrative stamp on it. In a world hungry for change, these appearances allowed Kate to orchestrate a style chapter without headline shock. The reveal was calm, the message simple: sunshine. We can't ignore the importance of timing. Kate's hair change aligns with a full return to public engagements, family stability, health recovery, and a broader sense of renewal across the royal household. The chrysalis has opened. The queen-in-waiting is stepping out with a little more ease, a little more warmth, a little more light, and the hair reflects that. The fact that she mentioned light in the sunshine rather than citing a brand, salon, or stylist underscores that the change is personal, organic, almost offhand, a holiday glow rather than a publicity stunt. However, for our viewers, what does this mean for you? If you're following celebrity style, this is how the game is played. Shift the detail. Don't overhaul the gist, tweak the tone. Kate didn't chop her hair. She kept the length, the silhouette, the familiar base. She changed the nuance. That's why it resonates. Because when someone with a strong aesthetic changes too much, you lose the identity you built. But when someone changes just enough, you sense growth. That's relatable. Returning to reactions, the hairstylists expect this look to influence salon requests soon. The Kate Middleton effect often means what the princess chooses becomes aspirational for thousands. Honey blonde highlights, warmer tones on dark bases, subtle dimension rather than dramatic overhaul, that's likely what clients will ask for. And that in itself is commentary. The royal isn't just adapting, she's leading. When a salon owner says, "We're going to see more people ask for this because Kate did it," that's power. And yet onwards, what might be next? Will she go even lighter? Will the golden tones deepen or fade into brunette again? Will she keep the look for seasons or adjust with each year? Only time will tell. But what seems clear is that this change is neither accident nor casual fluff. It's a statement of where she is now, a statement of health, of light, of continuity, and subtle evolution. In closing, let's summarize the layered meaning. The hair is lighter. She acknowledged it. She credited sunshine. She regained visibility. She navigates her role and personal journeys simultaneously. She influenced trends. She gave fans something fresh yet familiar. That, in a nutshell, is the headline. For you as viewer, it's story, style, symbolism all in one.